Welcome to the Gentleman's Guide to the Accursed. I'm not really sure what I can tell you about the Spawn of Vodník. Well, pronunciation, first of all. I was always taught Vodnik. I understand some people would just say Vodnik. Fine, you can do that. Some people would say Vodnik. Point being, they are a common myth spread across Europe. Germany, Austria, Czechia, Ukraine, Poland. Lots of different pronunciations. We'll go for Vodnik, because that's what I know. But in terms of what I know, well, that's it. Sorry, don't have anything else to tell you. I wouldn't want to get in any trouble, you understand. I like them, you see. And I don't want to speculate about the Vodniki, because, well, I wouldn't want any of them in any trouble. They're all thoroughly decent people. Every one of them. And yes, they may appear slightly wet, and yes, some of their eyes may be slightly too wide, and yes, some of them are slightly off with it. But I understand that that isn't a reflection of who they are. Appearances, we can't judge people purely by appearance, can we? No, the Spawn of Vodník are all decent people. I mean, when you consider that there are werewolves, werecats, were-reptiles out there, why should I be afraid of a were-frog, were-fish, or were-squid? No, I've nothing to say on the matter, and suggest we drop it. Unrelated, have you heard the story about the family who regularly sacrifices members of their own line to a creature in the Atlantic Ocean, a leviathan-like being? Some call it Father Dagon, others say Mother Hydra, some say Father Vodnik. Oh yes, they take a great deal of care to prepare the sacrifice, oiling up the victims. They slip nicely into the maw of the maritime beast that they call Father. And doing so results in the rest of the family being blessed for a good year or so before another sacrifice is needed. But as I say, that's all unrelated to the Spawn of Vodník. And did you ever feel as if you were being followed? Of course you have. Everyone has felt that from time to time. Everyone has known the feeling of being stalked. But what about when it's the same person? The same off-putting person. You know, that strange guy who you always spot on the corner of the street, just where the library is, always wearing that long coat, the bug eyes, the thick spectacles that they're hiding behind, the terrible comb-over. You know the one I'm talking about. He always looks like he could do with a good wash and a hearty meal. Slightly off-putting, but fine. There's lots of strange people in the city. Well, now he's been hanging around the bus stop where you catch your ride out of town. And then you actually see him in the suburbs where you live. What's he doing so far out of the city? Maybe he lives here. Hang on, why is he in your garden, staring through your kitchen window at you? I mean, it's no more shocking than you spotting him and making an assessment of his character based on his appearance. If you spotted him, he spotted you. Who is the real stalker here? Maybe he just wants to know all about you. Maybe information is something that he desires. But yeah, anyway, this is all unrelated. All unrelated to the Spawn of Vodník, who are all decent people. I really have nothing of material to say about them. I know nothing of their purported European origins, any attachment to creatures from black lagoons or lake-dwelling fae. Nothing like that. Nor do I know anything about their vast collection of treasures and heirlooms. Very much out of my area of expertise. That in their vaults, purportedly, they have shelf after shelf of relics that would make any accursed's jaw drop in astonishment. I heard once, but can't verify, because let's not pretend we're speaking truth to power here, that contrary to their appearance as dishevelled tramps, that they are in fact the wealthiest family among the accursed. Now that could just be simply a fact of there being a more tightly bound family than the heirs or the premier. Or it could be that they've been underestimated for years, for centuries. They've been assumed as dishevelled and awkward because their social skills aren't quite up to snuff. There's no way they could have more cash, more invested. Well, surely it can't be the case that every single one of them has multiple IDs, that work in multiple countries. There are decoys of the Spawn of Vodník that they will dispatch if they feel that they are at risk, that they have a fleet of jets that can take them anywhere in the world at any given time. No. It's surely just speculation. They have no permanent base of operations, not one of them, that they are always moving, that they like to lurk and then to move. They're all good people. I'm sure if they do know how to hide wealth, it isn't in any way illegal or illicit. They just want to make sure that what's theirs is theirs. And anyway, this is all speculation. Nothing I know about, you understand? And I shouldn't speculate, should I? Unless I know something for certain. For example, I don't know for certain that the wild forms of the Spawn of Vodník are perhaps more ancient, more primordial than those of anything humankind is supposed to witness. That the colossal toad with gills, fins, a strangling tail, and an enormous maw with needle-like teeth is just a rumour. That they can move surprisingly fast, swallow you whole in a single gulp, and then melt into the water as if they were never there. That all of this is pure fabrication. No, wolves are far more intimidating than that, big and small. The Spawn of Vodník aren't worth worrying about at all. Not at all. Just keep telling yourself that. And I will do the same. Because wandering at this bizarre and terrifying family for too long is prone to give me nightmares. And with everything I know, I already have far too much to worry about to start having bad dreams of frogmen waiting to drag me into the water and feed to their father.